Welcome everyone to my channel. Today I am doing a run through of a game called Waven, which is in open alpha currently. The game is by Ankama. They also make other games such as Dofus and Wakfu, also Crossmega, which I have played. They all basically exist in a world of 12, where basically you have 12 gods and all the classes are based off those gods. The game is like really cute, it's humorous, it's great to play, it's just fun. So yeah, thought I'd give it a review and see where we go. Also, the game is completely in French. There is no localization, being that it's still an alpha. So a lot of this stuff I've had to translate. So if I get some of it wrong, shoot me. Cool. Alright, let's give it a go. So, Waven is their new project, and anyone familiar with Wakfu or Dofus will have some insight about how the game's played. As with their other games, it's in a chessboard style, so you're on one end, your opponent's on the other. You take turns to use your action points and movement points to use your abilities and stuff. In essence, it's kind of like a card game where every turn you get like a new card or something, and you have to spend basically action points to play that card. So it's kind of in the flair of like Hearthstone, that kind of deal, but with a lot more to it, I'd say. Like, you actually have a character that you can run around with, like Chibi style, and you basically level them up, like down here. You also have companions and items and stuff that you also level up as well. Yeah. Currently there are 3 classes. There is the Yop, there is the Zeller, and there is a Kra. So I've only played the Zeller so far. I'll try and play them all eventually, but Zeller's the one that kind of grabbed me initially. I like the idea of them. Basically, historically, a Yop is more like a berserker kind of character, like your meathead. Basically runs into a fight, big melee damage, that kind of thing. The Kra is like a range, like a bow user. They're basically famous for having their bows and different arrows and blah blah blah. The Zeller is like a manipulator of time and like positioning generally. So that's kind of their deal. Each of them have like subclasses, so if you want to play a Yop, you've got basically all these different types of Yop you can be. With the Zeller, they have these as well. Also, if I didn't mention earlier, the entire game is in French, so if that doesn't put you off, good on you. I have to use my phone basically to translate anything initially. Like, once you get the gist of it, you can kind of make out what the sentences are saying. This is your character. So you have your cards over here, or your spells, which you can swap out. So every class and every subclass have all the elements. So this is fire spells, air spells, earth spells, and water spells. And these are color indiscriminate spells. So you basically build your deck, as it were, here, and these come out randomly. These are your companions you can choose. So these are also things you can level up and swap in and out. So this is a guy I picked up from one of the dungeons. He's pretty big. You can use these things you get after fights to upgrade them. Different things cost different amounts to upgrade. But yeah, that's that. Down here is, yeah, basically you got 3 movement points, 28 hit point, 28 attack, 424 health. Over here is your equipment, which is at the moment all rings. Don't know why. They may change that at some point. Maybe there's just placeholder, but basically you get rings sometimes as drops at the end of fights, and then they do different things, like this one. Coup de grace, so when an enemy dies, they spread wet to all the enemies in a square around them. Plus, it gives me 18% physical damage. This one is 15% physical damage and 7% extra drops from monsters. Same 7, yeah, it's pretty much the same except that's 15% magic damage at the top. This one is 7% experience gain plus 30 health, max health. Then you have, these are your builds. So you have, again, air, fire, earth, water. I am all water. Basically, it looks like you pick 2, and then once you unlock the bridging gaps, you basically unlock these specializations. I had a look through this one. This one looks like the best I could see. So this is what I'm going for. You can reset it for 5,000 camas, which I don't know, it might take a couple of hours to farm maybe, which is not too bad. Appearances is what you also spend camas on, so they're all 15,000, which will take a while. I did save up 8 grand to buy my companion, which I blew it on from a couple of hours playing, so some of them look pretty cool. But yeah, so like this one is what is it, 80% chance when I play a water spell to inflict water damage, because I've only got maybe 2 of my cards that actually give the water state to enemies. So this is like anytime I play any water card, it has an 80% chance to give them the water state, which helps out my build quite a bit. This one is whenever you use 4 action points from your reserve, you get 82% magic damage. 82%, really? That's huge. I did not realize it was that much. Yeah. This one is every time you have 5 action points in your reserve, you get your heal for 22 health, which is also pretty good. Yeah, that is that. So in each of the areas there are 2 NPCs you can talk to. Here is one. These other people are just other players, basically. But you can talk to these guys, get your lore, which again you'll have to translate. But over here we have basically different levels of fights. There are about 10, no, there is exactly 10 of these. And each one gives like an increasing amount of rewards. So this one you can get this companion, a little bit of gold, a little bit of upgrade material, and as you go further in, this one gives you a card. As you go further in, you get better and better gear. I mean, I imagine. So yeah, this, I haven't figured out what really these do yet, but yeah, so you get better and better stuff as you go on. So these are kind of like one stage per whatever. And I imagine once you get to 10, you might be unlocked like the 2nd star one, and then blah blah blah, you know. And so that's like just one stage. You can kind of farm that if you want. So outside of that, you also have this guy, which is the same. You got the lore in there, and then you got the dungeon. So these are dungeons, which again have, I think, 10 different dungeons here. And then again, once you finish them 10, I imagine you unlock the 2nd star ones. But with these, you basically have a lot bigger rewards. Like the other ones were 100 and something. This is like 1,000. So in the dungeons also, you have basically multiple fights. I don't know exactly how many. I don't know if it changes per dungeon. Obviously, you can see I've only done this one. This one's I don't think I can beat this one yet. But I think there's roughly like maybe 4 or 5 fights in it. Which is probably why it's worth so much more. The other thing as well, at the end of the dungeon, the last room you go into has a shop where you can actually buy stuff for like this monetary stuff up here, camas they call it in this game, and every other Ankama game. So for camas you can buy like companions, you can buy cards, you can buy upgrade materials, and that seems to be the only place you can buy that kind of stuff at the moment. You can spend these for like skins and stuff as well outside of the dungeons, but other than that, I think that's the only way, or that's the only thing you can spend kind of the camas on. So yeah, that gives an incentive to kind of complete the dungeon, get in there and see what you can buy. I don't know again if maybe like the shops get better as you go on, because again I've only done the first one, but that's that. Okay, so this is the fight. Basically, let me explain what we're seeing. So, top left, we have, this is me, this is my hit points. These are the different elements of the different cards that you can play. Generally, you'll either have one or two element, and this is element indeterminate or indifferent. This is your reserve of action points, which can roll over to your next turn. In the middle here, or this is the title, in the middle here you've got basically, these are added things you can do during the fight to make your next fight better. So this one is basically kill these guys in a specific order, and then the next fight you get 60% drop from the monsters, like added 60% drops. So this one wants me to kill this one in the front first, and then once he's dead it'll circle another one to kill. On the right hand side here, this is like the monsters. Basically you can house or mouse ones to get like different details about them. If you mouse over them, it gives you like how much they're going to hit you for and the HP, which is pretty much all you need to know, unless they're like specific monsters that have specific things. And the same deal with them. Down here you got just chat, friends, and blah blah blah. Over here is your countdown for your time. You get about 60 seconds per turn. Over here, your cards. The top right here is how much they cost. Every turn, I think you get a new one every turn. I don't know if that's standard, but from my experience it has been. And you basically, down here, these are your action points. This is your total, like, yeah, I'm only getting 6 per turn. Maybe you can get that up somehow, but basically, this is how much they cost. And so, say I spend this one here. My action points go down by 2, and I've used that card. That was just making him wet. And if I say roll this over now, the rest of my action points should roll into my reserve. I think there is a limit on how many you can roll over though. So if I go yeah, so only 3 rolled over. So this is your reserve, and at any point during your turn, you can click that to use the added ones. So next turn, I'll get 6 again. I can click this, and then I'll have 12 action points, and I can spend like a bigger pool, basically. These companions over here. So these are your different companions. You can swap them out and level them up and whatnot. When you play a card, it usually has like an element attached to it. You can see at the top there of the explanation, most of these are water, except for this one and this one are, I think, indeterminate or whatever. And they count towards all elements. So if I need 3 to play this guy, 4 to play this guy, and 8 to play this guy, and so on. The ones that are the yellow ones, they can count towards any other element, so it doesn't matter. And that's pretty much the UI. So let me explain the fight. Okay, same one every time apparently. Okay, so basically it's these 3 guys versus these 5 guys versus me. First, I have 6 action points, none in my reserve. What I will do, this is a aura which basically heals me after each turn, and gives me 1 action point. So I will pop myself up here, and I will also pop this down. So this is a minion which basically gives me an action point, and I think heals me each turn while I have it up, but it's very low health and they do destroy them quite quickly. So I will also chuck down a spell. There is no range either, so you can hit anyone anywhere. So I'll go for these guys that will hit for 16, because that's more than 11. Quick maths. Okay, so it hits him for 28. Good, and that's pretty much my turn done. Then they will have their turn. They move, and then spell. This guy moves, can't reach. This guy moves, and then this guy moves. Okay. So, fuck, I have a lot of non-blue ones. So, I pretty much want to use this. This basically turns this guy into like a... Well, it gives him a lot more health. And because he benefits me every turn, I really want to keep him out if I can. So that'll at least make him survive for another turn. I can't really do much. It counts towards my cards now, so I've got 3. So I'm slowly building up this. So I'm not doing nothing, you know. So he's got 51 now, right? I do have a lot of health. But I'm not doing any damage this round, which is not ideal. So can we do this? I guess we probably should try. Let's try and do that. Okay, so end of turn. I got no more action points. I've got 2 on my reserve, but I can't spend 2 to do anything. So I will end my turn. Actually, so yeah, that's the other thing. Every turn you can use a spell, and then you get a free melee action if you're in range. So I can hit anybody here I'm in range of. I will go for this guy because I want to go this guy because he's the one for that. So, alright, end of turn. Okay. What are you guys gonna do? Bugger. There we go. So that thing that's circling me is what he gave me. Basically, it heals me. I think it's after my turn. Yeah, that's what it is. These things. So I will do this because this will give me another 2. It is 5 and I'm still not doing much damage. So I can't reach him, no. I'll hit him so that when I do get someone out. See, that healed. Did that heal me? I'm pretty sure that healed me. I hope it did. I could get this guy to kill him. I'm still on fairly good health, so I probably can still try and do this. 1 will roll over into 4. I don't have great cards at the moment. This card I forgot to take out of my deck because I don't think I can use it at all yet. Don't hit him, no. Okay, so where's this guy I need to kill? Right there, good. Okay. Okay, so I've just been given this card, which is 58 damage, which is really good. So I may be able to kill this guy now. So if I tap this, I now have 10 action points, which now lets me use this knight, and that's a 95. Holy crap and doodles. That's amazing. So he's dead. Easy. Cool. Okay, that's not ideal, but still okay. Who next? This guy. Perfect. That's my melee action done. So I don't really have too much more. I could bring out one of these guys. I really want to wait for this guy though, because he is super powerful. He's 8 though. So one more actually, and I can do it though. Yeah. Who's next? This guy? Cool. Alright, so these guys have wet on them as well. I did pick up a perk which when enemies die, they spread wet to other characters. So a lot of my cards do more damage if the characters are wet. Which is what I mentioned before about being water build. Okay, I think I'm done now. So I'll get 3 next turn in the bank. Go away, fly. Oof, that's a lot of damage on those traps. Okay. This guy. Cool. Okay, that's okay. He's still got a lot. I'm on 185. Okay. So what this one does is 26 damage. Plus 13 if there's a mechanism on play, which is this guy here. And then it rewinds if they're wet, which means it comes back to my hand and costs 1 less. Which I will show you what I mean. So this should do 28 plus 11 and then rewind into my hand. 39. Yeah, perfect. And then rewind, yep, for 1 less, 5 now. Cool. So I should be able to kill him with my self. Yep, that's my melee done. So this guy now. So I will bring out this guy. He's going to swap positions when he comes out with me. Which is not ideal, because I kind of want him to kill that guy. So, I mean, I guess here. Cool. Yeah. I'll use him just to hit this guy. Cool. He's on low. Alright. I got 5. That won't kill him. Alright. Chill out. Jesus. Alright. He's wet. Okay. Chill. Jesus. Okay. Oh, nice. I got my heals back. Cool. So, which guy is it? That guy. Okay. Have your shot and move, buddy. Ugh! That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay. So this is the next guy. I gotta get out of the way so he can hit him. Yeah. Okay. He's wet. So I'm gonna hit him for 36 or whatever. Right? 39. Oh, he's got 1 health. Jiminy cricket. I will do this because this basically will give me a card for every enemy hit in a straight line. It's low damage, but it's only cost 3, so he's dead, and I get a new card, which is that one, which I won't be able to use for a while. Have I used my melee? Yes, he hasn't used his melee, so that should kill him, and then that will be GG. And I will have completed this. Yes, tick, completed. Okay, so that means I haven't figured out yet whether this means for the next fight or for this fight at 60%. Like, because obviously you get your drops afterwards. But yeah, here you've got your XP, gold, upgrade material for like your rings and your companions and stuff. But yeah, that is basically the gist of a fight.